hedges, and you know the dogs are ready to bite. Welcome Between the Hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the Pac-12, the Georgia Bulldogs. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Tigers ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all off season. You see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires downfield. He's open on the right. Lots of room to run. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Dogs! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And you just cannot draw up the start of the season any better than that. Opening drive of the first game of the year and quick fire. You're down the field, scoring 6. This offense is explosive.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This crowd ready to make its presence known. The give to the tailback. And the visitors have nothing doing as they are greeted rudely on the opening play of the game. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, by no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys have decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
What a nice Nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Starting to feel a little pressure. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got it in the middle, it's Elway. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Wide receiver going in motion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. He's got the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down in the 49.
That's an absolute strike right there. Giving me some Stetson Bennett vibes, some Aaron Murray vibes, even Matthew Stafford with the arm talent on that throw. I'll tell you, they can attack any spot of the field in the passing game because of this guy's talent.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Creates a little room. Past the 1st down marker and still running. Big run there. Gets it inside the 20, all the way down to the 14 before he goes out of bounds.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. You see the speed by the ball carrier there. He's picking up a huge chunk of yards.
Now, I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back to the well one more time?
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Man, what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown on those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Motion from the wideout. 3rd down play from the gun. Rushes on him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, we're only in the first quarter, but already this defense is making their presence felt. We've seen time and time again their ability to rush the passer and get hits on this QB. His toughness is going to get tested.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Bringing it back. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Short gain on this run, and that will bring us to the end of the first. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First play of the period will be a second down. He'll keep it himself. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
The Bulldogs trying to cash it in on first and goal. Flips it out to the back. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. And to get rid of it quickly. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be fourth down. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Field goal is good. And that lead grows even bigger. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through. And 3 points on the board.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field, the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Second down coming up. The give to the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to...
Breaks into the open. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Well, they've done nothing on offense so far, but if they can put some points on the board before halftime, it could really change things.
No doubt. Go into the locker room with some good juices, some good vibes, and momentum can switch a game in a heartbeat. But this offense hasn't had much to cheer about yet. That play gives them one play. Now let's go build on it and make something happen before the half.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Power football with the run. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Works the middle of the field. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets the give. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Red pass, it's complete. Touchdown, Tigers. All them baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. you want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Flips it out in the flat. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll send the tight end in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Here's a heat. He's going to take off. Makes his man miss. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Georgia sent out the punt team. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Firing to the right, complete. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
We all want to push the ball down the field, down the field, down the field, but when you can dump it off to your running back and still make 10-plus yards, man, it makes you look like a really good play call.
Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10. Now improvising. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Under fire. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. quickly complete. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
This is a receiver who's so dangerous once he has the football in his hands. That's a simple slant pass, but after he catches it, he's able to work in the middle of the field, finds the open green, and get the first down.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson!
There was a lot of pressure on this offense on this drive, knowing they had an opportunity to take the lead into halftime if they could execute. If they get this extra point after that touchdown, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point gives them the lead at 14-13. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Fires to the big fella. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. So now it's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Sets up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory. Turning it on! Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
Quarterback keeps it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Hey, great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on, bottling them up. That's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
And the offense, they're just trying to be physical. They're trying to run this ball in down close to the goal line. The defense, though, they are having none of it.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Ready. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And it's money time. It's 3rd and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Got it behind the line. It's Williams. He's not going to make it. The defense stops the 2-point try, and this is still a 5-point game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. There was nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. A loss of 5 on that play.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Going downfield for the big play. Makes a grab for a big play. It's a running room. He's at the gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. They had the explosive score, and it's all for naught as that penalty will take the touchdown off the board. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Trying play action. On the move to his left. He lets it fly. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Fires to the right. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. They made sure that one fell incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
And this is great sudden change defense right now. Of course, this drive started with their backs against the wall. They've now forced 2 straight incompletions. If they could make one more big play here and avoid giving up a touchdown, man, that is a win.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Moving out of the pocket. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And they'll run the field goal unit back out there. This kicker has already banged a couple through. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one, a 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Auburn had an impressive showing there on the Plains, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Bo Jackson is impressed with this one. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. On target to the left. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. They'll go to the ground. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. Here's the pressure. He's got it. First down and more. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the third quarter. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through three quarters for these two guys. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
They'll move the wide receiver. Second down, he'll throw it. Working the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Buys a little time. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
He's into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and we're tied here in the final period. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Get another look at this Bulldog offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And the Dogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. To the tight end. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run, and this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Hand off from the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
To the air on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Williams. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. On the move, he fires. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Makes the catch at the 30. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the 4th quarter, an opportunity to move on top. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Running back searching for a hole. Oh, he's got some space. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches tonight.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll pull it down. Past the 40. At the 35, he's got room. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
It's the 4th quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need to score badly. We got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
They'll snap it from the 30 on 1st down. From the gun, running back on the move. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's the handoff. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. That'll be enough for a 1st down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
They're going to ride this running back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And as a defense, you're playing so aggressive, just trying to get downhill. And how about the running back? Runs it and gets a little bit to the right. So now they're on the right hash. So maybe the kicker likes it from that area. But this offense doing everything they can to set up for the game-winning field goal.
Well, that's nice by the running back there, showing you his experience and his self-control, because a lot of guys would have tried to bounce that football to the outside, but he understands the assignment. We're in the middle of the field. We need to stay in the middle of the field to give our kicker the best field position and angle possible to go and kick this game-winning field goal.
They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. And his kick is good despite the rainstorm. A good snap, good hold, and the kick was perfect. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great. The home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.